Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. Trailer, there's a mo, it's a beast.
Shut the fuck up! Fucker! Move!
And ladies and gentlemen, here we are, and we are out here live. It's a fantastic day. It is Friday, December 6th, 2024, and we have eclipsed the one-year anniversary of GTA 6 Trailer 1, and believe it or not, Rockstar Games has nothing to show for over 365 days later. And yet you still have people that think that this game is coming in fall of 2025. Rockstar has never done this before. This is very unlike Rockstar Games. This is very concerning surrounding the future of this game, as we haven't heard a damn thing in over 1 year. Now, there still is a possibility that could change, but I am no longer hyping up any certain dates because, quite frankly, we don't know what Rockstar is going to do. The only reason why I hyped up December 5th was because that made logical sense, as it was the one-year anniversary for GTA 6 Trailer 1. We didn't hype up the moon theory. We didn't hype up any other previous dates. We hyped up December 5th for so many months straight. And that's what we love to see. IAD is coming through. We're getting the acknowledgement board out because we got a lot of people coming through, and that's what we love to see. Let's go ahead and make it happen.
I was so incredibly right, and it's so incredibly sad.
I don't know what you're talking about, but we appreciate that $5. IAD is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. Love to see it. And Jake and Bake is kicking things off. Jake and Bake is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense here today. As we are out here, it is Friday, December 6th, and it is the day after Rockstar Games was, they weren't ready to pull the curtain back, but we were hoping that they were going to pull the curtain back on Grand Theft Auto 6. It's been an entire year. The game is nowhere to be found, and of course, there still is time left in 2024 here for Rockstar Games to pull the curtain back. But we're not going to hype up another date because we don't know what Rockstar's plans are. And quite frankly, it's not looking too hot right now for this game. We heard that it's a woke disaster as of late. I told you that since day one when I watched GTA 6 Trailer 1. GTA 6 Trailer 1 is woke. Red Dead Redemption 2 is woke. Why would it go the other way? The one and only one coming through. That's what we love to see.
90 Agarot through Super Chat. Show me another person who talks about video games outside. You won't. Show love for world class.
That's what we're talking about. Finally, someone with a thinking cap on. You can't find this content anywhere else, and as such, the show must go on. We said we were going to pull the curtain closed, but quite frankly, I woke up and I realized that if we pull the curtain closed, you're just not going to have an outlet where you can come to and you can just find the most Kino Comfy live show and all the video. So we have to continue the show. We have to continue the broadcast, and I know that might upset some folks, but if that's going to tickle your, then quite frankly, you might not have been a fan. The one and only coming through. We got to get this acknowledgement board out and see where we go from here because Rockstar did not pull the curtain back. Now, of course, this could change as there still is a few weeks left in 2024. But at this point, the game is more than likely delayed if I had to take a guess on that. As they have nothing to show for. This is unlike Rockstar Games. Rockstar Games does not do this. They have never been this quiet before. And quite frankly, it is very concerning for the future of this game for Grand Theft Auto 6. And I'm going to tell you what, it's not looking too hot right now for this game. That I can tell you. A lot of people just say play patience, but quite frankly, we are running out of patience as it has been an entire year. Jay is coming through with the $5 super chat. Love to see it coming through, and of course, in a way that makes sense.
Jay super chatted $4.99. Fall 2025 is out the window. Great content, by the way.
That's what I'm talking about. And another person with the thinking cap on, there's no way that this game is coming out in fall of 2025. Absolutely not. It's pretty much out the window at this point. Of course, nothing is confirmed, but the game is nowhere to be found. It's missing in action. Now, again, you look at GTA 5 trailer, and it came out, I believe, 377. We actually have this up on the screen still. 377 days, right? 377 days. So there still is time, but there's not really necessarily a date to pick on really when to get excited because we just don't know Rockstar's plans. And if you start getting excited for this day or that day, Rockstar might not very well pull the curtain back. So we're just going to have to wait and see on what their plans are for this game. But right now, they haven't even acknowledged the fact that they haven't talked about this game in over 366 days. It's very concerning. This is unlike Rockstar Games. And I think it spells trouble for this game, Grand Theft Auto 6, and the likelihood of it dropping in fall of 2025. It just seems like that is not necessarily something that is going to be achievable at this point. And, of course, I could be wrong. Oscar's in the building, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. The support is so crazy, and here we can't even keep up. Love to see it.
Woo! Does she love?
Well, we know you do, and I'll tell you what, we appreciate that $5 super chat. Oscar is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get the lasers out for the folks at home coming through and supporting the most Kino Comfy live show in all of video as we are out here live one day after the GTA 6 Trailer 1 anniversary and Rockstar. And I thought today might have been the day. Of course, yesterday was the big day, but I thought, well, maybe today will be the big day. We did get an update from Rockstar Games about some online garbage that very few people care about. But with that said, they did not pull the curtain back on Grand Theft Auto 6 Friday, December 6th here. Now, of course, this could change in the coming days and weeks as there's still time in December if they wanted to pull the curtain back. But with that said, it's been over 1 year, okay? Over 1 year, and Rockstar has not said a damn thing about the biggest entity in all of video, Grand Theft Auto 6, and this presents a massive problem. Mike is coming through. This is what we love to see, coming through in a way that makes sense.
Mike super chatted $5. I can't wait for my Indiana slop game.
Oh,
Bargain
Lord.
bin Kino. GTA 6 is getting delayed, by the way. Just watch.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, it's probably already been delayed, but they're going to have to publicly figure out how to announce it. There's no way that this game is coming in fall of 2025. That is an unrealistic expectation. They do need a marketing campaign that's at least a year long. They do need to get people on board with this game. The hype is at an all-time high, and you know, some people might think, well, that's how they're doing the marketing. That's not how you do marketing, okay? This is basement internet dweller marketing, okay? You know, these people are already going to buy the game. You don't market to people that are already going to buy, right? It's not hard. It's not hard. So they need a massive marketing campaign that's going to be at least a year long. Mike is coming through. He's talking sense. We love to see it. We got to start this acknowledgement board because we are getting behind on the acknowledgement board, and we have to figure this out in a way that makes sense. Jake and Bake is coming through. The support is unprecedented today. We can't even keep up. The support is unprecedented today. We can't even keep up.
Jenna J has just tipped $9.99 through Super Chat. I really thought we would see a trailer, but thank you for streaming anyway.
Well, I wasn't the only one that thought that we were going to see a trailer on December 5th. There were a lot of people that had their thinking cap on, and there were a lot of people that thought December 5th was going to be that time and place where at least they had something to say, but they didn't have anything at all except for online updates. And I understand they have to keep milking the cow, which of course is Grand Theft Auto Online, because the consumers dictate that. If everyone stopped playing, think about this, it's really simple. If everyone stopped playing GTA Online tomorrow, you know, they're going to see those numbers drop, right? Well, as such, right, you want Rockstar to talk? Stop playing GTA Online. It's not hard. You know what I mean? Instead of bitching about it on Twitter and, you know, in the comments, just stop playing GTA Online, stop supporting GTA Online, and then maybe Rockstar will be motivated to talk about the biggest entity in all of video, GTA 6. But if you continue to support GTA Online and buy those shark cards, well, then they have no reason to push this game out. In fact, it doesn't need to exist. We made that argument back in the summer. I said, well, why does this game really need to exist? Kind of doesn't. And that's kind of telling right now. And, you know, Friday, December 5th, 2024, December 6th, 2024. Someone else is coming through. Love to see it. Michael Wilson's in the building. We got to catch up here. We're so behind here, it's not even funny. They're coming through like no tomorrow. So we're going to have to get this one situated here in a way that makes sense. Jake and Bake, I know he came through and popped the cherry to kick things off. So Jake and Bake is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. The support is unprecedented. We can't even keep up. The support is unprecedented. We can't even keep up. The 1-1-1 is coming through yet again with the two-time Tony Hawk combo.
Just tipped 35 Israeli new shekels and 90 agarot through Super Chat. So many people here voted for Carmela. It's sad.
Well, that just could never be me, okay? Yeah, a lot of viewers are woke, and that's why they're going to buy they're so excited for this game because they see Lucia, and that's an all new. It's an all new thing for Grand Theft Auto, right? To have a female protagonist, and not only a female protagonist, but one that's in charge, and so. But we've heard about this, and we knew that this game was going to be woke. You take a look at GTA 6 Trailer 1, and you can see the wokeness on display. It's very sad. But quite frankly, that's why they don't need to show Trailer 2. The reason why Rockstar is not showing Trailer 2 is because I don't think they're confident that they can hit the fall 2025 release date. They would have to confirm that even further if they put out Trailer 2, because if they put out Trailer 2 at the very end of Trailer 2, there would have to be an estimated release timeline window, and I don't think Rockstar's ready to commit to that, and I think that's why Rockstar Games has not put out Grand Theft Auto 6 Trailer 2, as they are maybe just not sure that they can hit that fall 2025 release window. But eventually they will have to start marking. It could be in the next few days. It could be in a few weeks. It could be sometime in 2025. I don't have a fucking clue. And no one does. And I guess that's the big mystery right now. The support is so crazy today, we can't even keep up. My God. The support is so crazy. Thanks for the rose.
$5.
Salah!
Well has just about run dry, even on the fanboy subs. They need to give us a crumb or hype will die. At least we have Indiana slop.
No one is playing Indiana Jones. If you guys are playing Indiana Jones, you can go play that woke slop. I don't care. That's a total disgrace to Indiana Jones and Steven Spielberg, okay? They put that woke actor in there, Troy Baker. He doesn't even know how to act except mumble his lines. And these gamers who are just so down bad, and they, instead of watching movies, right, a respected medium, they play these games and they think that they're better than movies. No one's taking show your game, show your grandma the Indiana Jones game, and she's going to remember the movie from Steven Spielberg. She's never going to remember the game, okay? Video games are not art. Video games are not going to ever be respected. So just sit down and shut your mouth and go watch the Steven Spielberg movie, okay? Believe me, it'll be less woke too, I'm sure. Jake and Bake is coming through with the three.
$4.99. Triple time baby dog McCall's outside delivering high quality content while you guys are surrounded by Cheeto dust in mum's basement. Let's show some respect, bud.
Let's go. Let's put some respect on that name. Jake and Bake is coming through with pure 100% facts. You love to see it. Jake and Bake is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. World class is out here in 30-degree Fahrenheit weather, while all the other losers are flapping gums and playing that Indiana Jones woke slop. Really just could never be me. We're still out here talking about the biggest entity in all of video, and I said that we were done. But with that said, we did have to check in here to let you guys know that they didn't drop Trailer 2, that they didn't pull the curtain back on the biggest entity in all of video, Grand Theft Auto 6. Jake and Bake is coming through, and he's plowing through in a way that makes sense with now the three-time Tony Hawk combo. And, of course, Jake and Bake was popping the cherry. The support is so unprecedented, we can't continue the show. The support is so crazy.
Ray Chronic 420 has just tipped $10 through Super Chat. Imagine playing GTA Online when you can play GTA 2. Could never be me.
I mean, if you look at what GTA Online is, it's no wonder that Dan Houser left the company. I mean, you got flying robots, you got fucking gorilla, Bigfoot outfits, you got flying cars. I mean, it's fucking trash, right? It's a total disgrace, really, when you look at it. Look at GTA 4, and even the online for GTA 4, it was pretty grounded, right? You didn't have flying anything in GTA 4. You couldn't even fly airplanes in that game. It's a total disgrace. That's why Dan Houser and Laszlo and all these other cats left. It's a total disgrace. It's a total disgrace. They have flying cars with pink smoke in GTA Online. Play the campaign and tell me it's that goofy. It's not, right? So it's two separate games. It's really what it is. They made a playground for the Saints Row fans to come in and spend their money on them shark cards. Well, that's a disgrace to GTA 4 and the serious kind of mature tone that game presents and just the raunchy. I'm serious. It's a total disgrace. Well, these incels love playing that garbage, and they love delivering pizzas in GTA Online and plus all the roleplay stuff on PC. They should just turn the servers off. quite frankly. So we got Ray Chronic coming through. We haven't even started the acknowledgement board. We can't even keep up. I mean, it's just so insane. We can't even keep up. Oscar's coming through yet again with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. It's what we love to fucking see.
$4.99.
Woo!
Gotta love and support world class. Oh, it's true, it's damn true.
Oscar is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. You love to see it. Coming through in a way that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get the lasers out for the folks that are coming through and going above and beyond and in a way that makes sense. Let's also get the fireworks here. You guys are coming through so tremendously strong and so fabulous. We love to see this. This is so fantastic. We can't even keep up. Hell, we're going to have to spend the next 10 minutes figuring out this acknowledgement board because usually we're on top of it, but right now we have a massive delay. So we're going to have to get to that here in just a moment before we get too cold. That's what we're talking about. Oscar Gomez is in the building, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. We're going to start the acknowledgement board. I need you guys to start locking in a way that makes sense. The support is so crazy, we can't even keep up. The support is so crazy, we can't even keep up. Tyler Boy 19 is in the building and coming through.
$4.99. Sir, may I have a trailer, please?
Well, a lot of people think that Jeff Keighley has something, and that's not. Let me just say this: if they ever did show off, if they ever did show off GTA 6 trailer 2 at the Game Awards, I think that would be very desperate of Rockstar, to be honest. And I think at this point, because when you really think about it, I mean, is trailer 2 really going to top the views of trailer 1? I don't necessarily think that it will. I mean, of course, it has that possibility, but I'm not so sure that it's going to top 220 million views. It might, because you have to consider the fact that the game is now more popular than ever before, or at least that's what they would love you think. But right now we're going back into that tunnel of darkness again, because Rockstar, we thought, well, maybe on the 1-year anniversary they'll at least acknowledge it. They didn't acknowledge it. It's what we love to see. Michael Wilson's coming through. He made the Wilson football. Look at this right here, homie.
Michael Wilson's
coming through.
World class is right. Rockstar had the ball and dropped it.
Yeah,
Either delay GTA 6 or move on entirely to GTA 7. This is inexcusable.
It is inexcusable, but we knew that this was kind of a possibility here. We knew that this was going to be a possible outcome, that Rockstar might not talk about the biggest entity in all of video. However, it was making sense that possibly they would be talking about this soon. And, of course, that still is on the table. We don't know what Rockstar's plans are. They could come out, whenever, and really just drop the trailer or say anything. Of course, that's Sam Houser's call, and no one else but Sam Houser probably knows. So I think the next date that the GTA fan base is hyping up, and I'm not going to hype it up because I'm done doing that shit, right? But I'll tell you this, I think the next date that people are hyping up is Friday the 13th, December 13th, I believe. So there's some eyeballs on that date, on potentially maybe Rockstar pulls the curtain back, but I'm not hyping it up because I really don't care anymore, right? I'll care when Rockstar has something to say, even if it is bad news, but right now it's like, what do you want me to say about this game? I've been talking about this game for nearly the entire year. You can go back, youtube.com/MichaelDoesLife, and you can see that we were hyping this game up 50, 60, 70, 80 days ago. We were waiting for December 5th. Rockstar decided to not pull the curtain back. I had 100% confidence, 99% confidence, that Rockstar was going to pull the curtain back on December 5th, 2024, as it made just kind of sense, but they didn't. They didn't pull the curtain back. You're still led to believe that this game is coming fall of 2025. We heard about earlier this year the devs didn't want to go back to the office. They wanted to stay in their pajamas and talk about American politics on Twitter. I don't understand how you think that this game is coming in fall of 2025. Now, here's the scenario. If Rockstar does delay the game, or if they already have internally delayed the game, there's a massive problem, because now, if they throw out the 2026 release window, the expectations for this game grow even higher. And there's no possible way, okay? There's no possible way that Rockstar Games is going to exceed or even match those expectations at this point because they've waited so goddamn long to put out the next iteration of Grand Theft Auto 6. They've waited too long to get this game out, and now we're in a position where they're oddly quiet, uncharacteristically quiet, in regards to their biggest title, the biggest video game of all time, the biggest entity in all of entertainment, Grand Theft Auto 6. Why aren't they talking about this game? Why aren't they at least saying anything about this game at this point? You really start to question and wonder what is going on at Rockstar Games. Well, I'll tell you what's going on. We heard earlier this year, literally, that the devs did not want to go back to the office, so there was obviously a roadblock there, and I'm assuming maybe that caused the delay. So they were presumably working on this from home, and the transition to go back to the office earlier this year took place, and that might have caused some delay time. Just makes sense to me. So we're going to go ahead and work on this acknowledgement board here. You're going to have to give me about 5 minutes because about 500 people decided to come through today, which we do support and we really do appreciate. But you're going to have to give me some time to figure this one out and figure it out in a way that makes sense. And holy motherfucking shit coming through hard and strong. FEMA 1994. Let's get it, homie.
FEMA 1994 MLD Super Shattered SAR 19.9.
That's what we love to see.
Thanks for the stream, Michael. Sparkling heart. Okay.
It's what we love to see. That's what we're talking about. FEMA 1994 is in the building and coming through in a way,
picture frame.
In a way that makes sense. FEMA 1994 is coming through. We love to see it coming through so tremendously strong with the 19 Super Chat. That's what we're talking about. We're going to have to go to the acknowledgement board, and we're going to have to start acknowledging the folks that came through because you guys are coming through so hard and so strong. But we're going to have to figure this out in a way that makes sense because we are backed up here, that I can tell you. So we're going to have to start getting right over to that acknowledgement board and start filling this out because that is what we're going to do right now. So let's go ahead and make this work and make this pop in a way that makes sense. And I know Jake and Bake was the first person to come through. And the support just continues, folks. The support, we can't even keep up. The support just continues. Just absolutely unprecedented support coming through in a way that makes sense. Tyler Boy 19 is in the motherfucking building. It's what we love to see.
GTA 6 needs to release physical copy only. Open up the game's tops for one night midnight release. Pure Kino.
Well, at this point, especially if it is delayed, and I'm not saying that it is, but if it is delayed into 2026, the likelihood of that even goes down further in terms of this even having a physical release, at least at launch. We've heard rumors that Red Dead Redemption 2, here's the thing, if you buy, and I don't know if this is true because I haven't bought Red Dead 2 since it came out, but apparently if you go out and buy Red Dead 2 on disc, it no longer includes the map inside the game case. The point is that physical media is totally on its way out, and I don't even think that this game is going to have a disc copy, at least at launch. I don't think that would even make sense because the game could leak and get all over the internet, and they just don't want that. So in order to really lock it down, I think you do all digital like Alan Wake, and then maybe later on you do a physical release for those that want it in the collector's edition or some shit like that. I really think that that's what you do. Oh, my God. Okay, we're going to have to go to the acknowledgement board here, and we're going to have to get this situated. Jake and Bake is coming through. It's what we love to see. He's coming through in a way that makes sense. We're going to have to do some of this over here as we get started. So Jake and Bake is coming through. He's coming through in a way that makes sense. Let's go ahead and IAD is coming through. This might be the 3-time Tony Hawk combo for IAD. These are these Indiana Jones lovers.
$5. Don't the devs realize the privilege of working on the biggest game of all time? They should be happy to crunch 10-hour-plus days in the office.
Well, you would think, but I don't think that that's really the mindset of these woke devs. I think they would rather talk about American politics on Twitter, which most of them are from, not from America, right? So, it's just, it really doesn't make much sense, but it seems like their interest isn't really getting off of the sideline, getting off of the bench, and coming out onto the field and playing in the face of adversity. It really doesn't seem like that is certainly something that they're interested in, or at least giving much thought to. So again, we got to get this going here. Jake and Bake is coming through. This is what we love to see. We're going to go ahead and start this here, and then we'll show you it in a way that makes sense. Jake and Bake is coming through. And he came through and he popped the cherry here. And that's what we love to see. The support is so unprecedented here today. It's what we love to see. Obama Phone Max 5.
Pro Max 5G super chatted $4.99.
Jake and
I
Bake
was
is
not
coming
even
through.
at drinking age when 5 came out. I'm in my 30s now. They milked TF out of online, unamused face.
That's what we love to see. I don't know what you were talking about, quite frankly, but we do appreciate that. Obama Phone coming through. We got to start filling this out in a way that makes sense. It's getting cold out here. And the folks at home are coming through here in a way that makes sense, especially Jake and Bake. Jake and Bake is out here, and he's making a damn point coming through and really kicking the show off in a way that truly does make sense. Jake and Bake plowing through hard and strong with that, I believe, 3 or 4 time Tony Hawk combo. Now it could be a 3-time Tony Hawk combo. Of course, we'll double check as we get right into this. We're just getting this started. Jake and Bake is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. We'll switch over once we have this totally complete here. Jake and Bake is coming through. IAD is in the building. He followed it up right there nicely. It's what we love to see. IAD is in the building, and he's coming through. And he's coming through in a way that makes sense. Love to see that as well. We have the 1-and-1 coming through with them shekels. Love to see that as well. And coming through in a way that makes sense. You love to see it coming through so tremendously strong. Jay is in the building coming through. This is what we love to see. Jay is coming through. He's coming through so strongly. We love to see that with the $5 super chat. We have Oscar Gomez in the building. And Oscar Gomez is coming through. This is what we love to see. Oscar Gomez is coming through. And he's coming through in a way that makes sense. We love to see that. We got Mike in the building coming through. This is tremendously strong support. And it just keeps coming on in. This is what we love. This is more like it. Mike coming through.
Turbo Bastard super chatted $5. We may never get GTA 6, but at least we'll always have Michael, the world-class
Yeah,
video
because
game
we'll still be out
journalist,
here
future of
barking. You know,
entertainment
if Rockstar doesn't want to
powerhouse.
pull the curtain back, we'll be talking still about the bit. Because we were talking about this when no one else was talking about it, so why should we really stop, honestly, when you think about it? Jenna J is coming through. Turbo Bastard, of course, just came through. Jenna J coming through with that $10 super chat. Love to see that. Mike Wilson is in the building. Love to see this as well. Mike Wilson is coming through, and he's coming through so tremendously strong. Mike Wilson. Mike Wilson is coming through, member for 1 month. We got the 1-and-1 coming through with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. Love to see this. Tony Hawk combo. IAD back up in the building with that 2-time Tony Hawk combo. We're trying to get this caught up here. Jake and Bake coming through with that 3-time Tony Hawk combo. And the support continues here. We can't even keep up.
Mark super chatted $4.99. For everyone who don't know, Sweet Baby Incorporated got its hands all over GTA 6. That's more than enough for us to realize this game is doomed. No hope.
Okay, who is saying this here? Mark B's coming through. Yeah, well, we've heard, there was a brand new video out that said that they went through, I'm not going to get into it in here especially because it was a hot topic. I already told you guys this game was woke as hell. You look at the first trailer and it's woke as hell. It's not a surprise to me that this game is woke. But I already knew that people were going to come out and use that as a talking point when when trailer 2 wasn't going to be a reality. Now they're shifting back to it's woke. Well, we knew it was woke back in December of 2023. I mean, just look at the fucking trailer. Look at what you're seeing in the first 10, 15 seconds of the trailer. It's as woke as all hell. It's more woke than Saints Row. So, yeah, they've went woke, and that's the way that they're going. And people are either going to have to love it or hate it, I guess. But it ain't going to be anything like GTA 4 if that's what you guys are clamoring for. Not that that's not woke, but, this is blatantly woke. Okay, so we got IAD with that 2-time Tony Hawk combo. I believe Jake and Bake with a 3-time Tony Hawk combo. Ray Chronic 420 is in the building. Love to see this. Coming through in a way that makes sense. Ray Chronic 420. is coming through. Yeah, that's what we love to see, Ray Chronic 420. It's getting really cold out here without them gloves. We're going to put them on quick. That's why we got to do this and catch up. Oscar Gomez is coming through with that two-time Tony Hawk combo. Love to see that. Tyler Boy 19 is in the building. Just unprecedented support here today. We can't even keep up. Tyler Boy 19 is in the building. We love to see that as well. Tyler Boy 19. We got action packed in here with the $2 super chat. Didn't read out on the screen. But with that said, do appreciate it. Action packed coming through. And coming through in a way that makes sense. Michael Wilson is back up in the building, coming through with that two-time Tony Hawk combo and 1 month membership. Love to see that two-time Tony Hawk combo for Michael Wilson. What do you think about Death Stranding trailer 2? Caesar coming through. We didn't see that play out on the screen, but nonetheless coming through and supporting the show. And we don't have much to say about Death Stranding 2. DJ Van Edit coming through. He says it's over 2026 for GTA 6. DJ Van Edit coming through. This is really tricky here if you don't. FEMA 1994. We are so backed up here, it's not even funny. FEMA 1994 is just in the building here, and that's what we love to see. FEMA 1994 just coming through in a way that makes sense. Love to see that. Tyler Boy 19. We can't even keep up. We still got Tyler Boy 19 coming through with that two-time Tony Hawk combo. You love to see it. Tyler Boy 19 coming through with the two-time Tony Hawk combo. IAD is coming in here as well with now, where the hell is IAD? 3-time Tony Hawk combo for IAD. We got Obama phone coming through. We got Obama phone coming through. Obama phone, by the way. Turbo Bastard is coming through. This is what we love to see. Turbo Bastard is coming through. Hands are getting really cold. We gotta slop it up here. Mark B is in the building. I think he's the last one to come through. I think we're finally caught up, and we'll show you what we got here. Mark B is coming through. That's what we love to see. And the handwriting's sloppy, but I got to put gloves back on because it's fucking cold out here, and we're starting to lose. It's starting to get really cold and numb. So with that said, I think we are caught up here in those that have come through thus far. We do appreciate the support. Keep coming through, and we'll try and keep it updated if you choose to come through in a way that makes sense. We're going to come over here, and we're going to look at it, and we're going to show you the reality of the situation right here in just a few moments. As we take a look at the acknowledgement board, we have Jake and Bake coming through, popping the cherry, setting the mood, the vibe, the tone of the atmosphere with the 3-time Tony Hawk combo. We have IAD in the building coming through with the 3-time Tony Hawk combo. We have the 1 and 1-1 coming through with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. We got Jay in the building. We got Oscar Gomez coming through with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. We got Big Mike laying it down. We got Jenna J in the building with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. We got Mike Wilson coming. Never mind. Jenna J just coming through. Mike Wilson, rather, coming through with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. We can't even keep up. Mike Wilson's in the building with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo on the 1-month membership.
FEMA 1994.
FEMA 1994 is in the building.
MLD Super Chatted SAR 19.9.
That's what we love to see.
What do you think are the elements or gaps that are preventing video games from being considered an art form universally? Video game, Blossom.
Well, that's a loaded question. You're going to have to give me a moment to think about that, and we're going to continue here, and I'll get right back to you, bud. FEMA 1994 coming through. Mike Wilson with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. Ray Chronic 420 is in the building. Love to see Ray Chronic slashing his way up from the 80s. Tyler Boy 19 coming through with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. Action Dad coming through. Caesar in the building coming through. DJ Van Edit, FEMA 1994. FEMA 1994 just came through, and we love to see that as well. Coming through, and of course, coming through in a way that makes sense. FEMA 1994 is in the building with that 2-time Tony Hawk combo. We got Obama phone in here. We got Turbo Bastard. We got Mark B. And I think we're all caught up here. If we missed you, we do apologize, but that's what was showing on my screen. FEMA 1994 coming through with that 2-time Tony Hawk combo as we switch back over in a way that makes sense. And he's asking something about if this medium can ever be taken seriously. And quite frankly, the answer is no. as it's just not really a possibility. I mean, the stigma surrounding gamers is still real. I mean, these losers sit in their parents' basement. They're 45 years old. They have no future. It's pretty much over. Right? When you turn 45, I mean, you know, your youth and your prime is kind of behind you. I mean, so when you hit 45, when you hit 50, I mean, it's just one of those things. And if you're still sitting in your parents' basement playing these games and spending money on shark cards and Fortnite skins, that's why the gaming industry can't be taken seriously, because no one will ever take it seriously, right? They're toys for adult men that are maybe not in the right state of I mean, really, when you look at it, that's what it is. And there's no fun to be had in video games anymore, so you can't play them to have fun, because that's not really a thing anymore. The last generation that was fun was the Xbox 360 and the PS3 and Wii era. But towards the end, that even those generations kind of faded out. You know, towards the end of that generation, the games got worse, especially when The Last of Us Part 1 came out. That really was the cancerous the game that spread throughout the entire industry and really destroyed the industry. I mean, every game has to copy the Last of Us formula. It has to be over-the-shoulder, third-person, walking simulator movie game. So the point is that this industry won't be ever taken seriously, even with Grand Theft Auto 6. It'll be more movie-like than ever, but, you know, it's just the way it is. It's not going to change, and but that's probably for the best, because, you know, if these game developers want their art taken seriously, if that's what they consider it, then they need to start making movies in Hollywood, or start, you know, making television shows where that stuff is actually respected and in a way that makes sense to tell a story, right? But you won't be ever respected if you tell a massively great story in a video game, because it's going to be, you know, the gamers will praise it, they'll put it up on a pedestal, but anyone outside of that bubble won't be praising it. They won't be taking a look at it. So if you want to tell a great story, if you know you have a great story, sure, you can use video games as kind of your entry point. But if you really want to be taken seriously, you want to have a lasting impression in a medium that is respected, then they need to start going to Hollywood and start making movies. And, you know, even that business and that industry is kind of collapsing, as They don't really make any great movies anymore. You know, Quentin Tarantino was supposed to make his last movie about a year and a half ago or some shit like that, but he I don't know what happened there. So we're still waiting on Quentin Tarantino's last movie, by the way. Where's that at, right? You know, it's just like, where are these movies at, right? The industry is totally collapsed. No one goes to the movie theaters anymore. It's crazy. It's really insane. Why would you want to play the Indiana Jones game when you could just watch the Steven Spielberg movie? I mean, quite frankly, it's just, you know, it's not my fault that Rockstar Games didn't update you guys. I have, you know, obviously, I don't know what their plan is. We were just hoping and hyping December 5th because that made the most sense. So we were wrong, but I don't think we were really that wrong when you really think about it, because it was just kind of common sense. It's like, well, maybe Rockstar will acknowledge it, and they should. I didn't think Trailer 2 was coming. This is my prediction. This was my prediction. I didn't say Trailer 2 was coming. I said maybe an announcement on December 5th. We're not getting Trailer 2 on December 5th, but I thought an announcement and I thought a possible delay was coming on December 5th. And, you know, maybe these two things are still coming, right? Maybe these two things are still coming, and they very well could be within the next few weeks or months or whatever. But right now, we just don't know on when that could be, because it's really all over the place at this point, and they still seem occupied on that Grand Theft Auto Online slop. So this was my prediction. I predicted GTA 6 Trailer 2 announcement on December 5th. I didn't predict the trailer coming. And I also predicted maybe a delay announcement as well, because it seemed like, especially now, it just doesn't make any sense really where this game is at. Now, again, there's still time, but I will say this. If January 1st comes around and Rockstar is still completely, totally silent on Grand Theft Auto 6, that's not a great sign. I don't care how you want to spin that. That's not a great sign. If we're into 2025 and they skipped an entire year, which they've never done before in the history of the company, right? They've never done before in the history of the company. They've never done this before in the history of the company. They skipped an entire year. This is very unprecedented, very uncharacteristic. It's not like Rockstar Games, right? That's the concerning factor that we're having here. So if we get to January 1st and there's still nothing on this game, then I think it's very safe to say and really just assume that this game is delayed and not coming in fall of 2025 because there's just really no way. I mean, sure, they can rush it out and do 8 or 9 months of marketing, but that's not enough. I think you got to get people back up on board, and really time is ticking for Rockstar Games. Fall 2025. I mean, it's almost 2025. You know, it's December 6th already. In just a few weeks, it'll be January 1st. It'll be 2025, and then you can finally say GTA 6 is coming out this year until the bad news drops. If they do have bad news in terms of maybe this game being delayed, because that's where this game seems to be headed in the 2026 range right now, maybe spring 2026. And at that point, I won't care. I mean, I really don't even care about it now. They had the audacity to not say anything. It's like, well, we kind of knew that was probably a possibility, but at the same time, I really would have thought that they would have acknowledged something, even the trailer, and just said thank you, or we'll have more to share soon, and really saying nothing but saying something, right? They could have did that. They could have came out of the woodwork. They could have acknowledged its existence, but now they're playing this game of not acknowledging the game, and that to me is very concerning because it seems like there's something happening under the hood that they're not letting people in on, and eventually, like, they're going to have to stop for a moment and say, well, we need to tell people, like, what's going on with this game. But the problem is that people are still playing and pouring money into GTA Online. There's no rush for Rockstar Games to come out of the woodwork and really do much, if anything, in regards to GTA 6. I've already said the later that they wait with this game, the more money they're going to make. More people are going to own the PS5 and Xbox Series X or S in 2026 than they will in fall of 2025. That's just how it works. So you get those install base numbers up, you have a potential bigger sale, right? So it is a blessing in disguise for them to really come out of the woodwork and maybe push this one back. And of course, we heard from Take-Two, the Take-Two investor call, that they're still on track for fall of 2025, and Take-Two is, they're projecting to make massive money within these certain dates or whatever. But, I mean, it's just like if Sam Houser says, if he puts his foot down and says we're not going to be able to make that date, I'm assuming he has that call. I don't know. But I will say that this game, again, if we hit January 1st and there's still nothing on this game, and there's no Easter eggs or clues or hints or anything, I mean, it's just, I don't know what's going on, right? It just doesn't make any sense at this point why they're still continuing to hide behind the curtain in regards to the biggest entity in all of video, if this game is still scheduled to come in fall of 2025, which at this point, it doesn't even seem likely that that's going to be a possibility, because at this stage, where is this game, right? You're telling me a new screenshot, like, is that going to really, like, a new screenshot? I don't think I really don't think they want to cannibalize the GTA Online stuff. And maybe they're hoping that people go in and play GTA Online, the new update for GTA Online. They're hoping that people go in and play it and maybe see if there's an Easter egg in there or some bullshit like that. But it's ridiculous. Where is this game? This is the last hope for gaming for me. I mean, if anyone is going to push it forward, it will be Rockstar. I'm not talking about the wokeness. They're going to push that forward too, believe me. But in terms of just the gameplay and the fluidity of the animations and really the depth and the detail, at least on the surface, I mean, this game will seem at, we're hoping that this game will at least hit on those marks. But right now, the game is just nowhere to be found. It's missing. It's been over a year now. And this is just unprecedented from Rockstar Games. They've never done – this is why this is such a big deal, because they've never done this before. And I don't know if people want to sit in here and argue, but we've already looked it up. We've already seen the roadmaps of their previous games. There's been wait times, but they've at least had screenshots. They've at least had previews. The GTA 4 launch period was a very, very different beast, right? We waited 377 days. This is what it says on my screen right here. 377 days from Trailer 1 to Trailer 2 GTA 5, which was the longest wait. GTA 5, November 2nd, 2011 to November 14th, 2012. However, with that said, the biggest problem that we're facing now, especially with Grand Theft Auto 6, specifically rather with Grand Theft Auto 6, is that they haven't talked about it in between this time frame here. So with GTA 5, you had to wait 377 days for Trailer 2, but they had screenshots, they had previews, they had a whole, they had a lot going on within those 377 days to at least hold you over. This time around, we haven't seen a damn thing. We haven't heard Rockstar Games talk about this game since December of 2023. what do you want me to do at this point? I mean, I was hyping up December 5th. I was saying, well, it makes sense for Rockstar to pull the curtain back. The moon theory was ridiculous. That didn't make any sense. So now we're looking at December 5th. December 5th comes and goes. Rockstar has nothing to say on GTA 6. They got everything else to say. They have nothing to say about this game. Maybe today was the day, right? People were thinking, well, maybe today is the day. Today wasn't the day. They had something to say today, but it wasn't in relation to GTA 6. So you have to ask yourself, where is this game? And ultimately, what's going to, when is Rockstar going to bark about it, right? Because eventually, I mean, it would be absolutely ridiculous if we had to wait until the spring of 2025 to hear about this game. At that point, there's no point in even talk. They might as well just cancel the game, to be honest, because you've already set it up where it's going to fail. It's not. I mean, it's gonna succeed in terms of sales, but in terms of quality, I mean, you can't live up to that 13-year, 14-year gap from GTA 5 to GTA 6, however many years it is, from 2013 to potentially 2026. I mean, that's absolutely insane. There's no way that it's going to hit those expectations. There's no way it's going to exceed those expectations, even if it is on the level of Red Dead 2 in terms of graphics and in terms of detail and depth. There's just no way, and it has to be above and beyond that game, because at this point, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out 7 years ago. Nearly, right? In 2025, I think October of 2025, it'll be the seven-year anniversary for Red Dead Redemption 2, which is absolutely insane. And by the time this game comes out, I mean, we're going to be approaching the 9-year anniversary potentially for Red Dead Redemption 2 if this game doesn't come out in fall of 2025. It's absolutely insane. Where is this game? What is Rockstar doing? Well, apparently nothing, and that's the problem. Apparently nothing, and that's the problem. Where's the Florida Joker? If I were the Florida Joker, I would have been hyping this up hardcore. Right? Everyone else is hyping it up. There's all these other YouTubers now talking about this game, and I told you this was going to happen. I told you in the summer, I said, once December rolls around and we get close to that 1-year anniversary, everyone's going to be talking about this game. They're going to be talking about how woke it is, and they're grifting, and they're getting all the viewers. But none of these people were talking about this game weeks ago. None of these people were talking about this game months ago. I was out here talking about this game when literally no one else was talking about it. And we didn't see thousands and thousands of viewers. But we didn't make videos on it. We made streams. But with that said, now everyone wants to bark. But now that they realize that Rockstar might not be ready to pull the curtain back this month or anytime soon, they're gonna move on from this game. So there was a big video floating around that this game is woke slop and it's DEI, whatever that means, infested or something. Well, we already knew that from trailer 1, right? We didn't need this confirmation that this game was going to be anything but that, really, to be honest, because you look at trailer 1, it's a woke themes nightmare. I mean, it's woke themes up the ass, right? If you want to argue that this game isn't woke, you probably voted for Kamala Harris. I mean, those are the people, and the game's going to be censored to hell and back as well. Like, this game is going to be censored. I can already name at least 3 mechanics that will probably be censored in GTA 6 if I had to guess, and people will defend it. They will defend it, and they will say, oh, it was changed for the better. How is, it's a game about just terrible stuff, right? So why don't we leave that terrible stuff in, right? Why do we have to go in and censor what made this franchise what it is today, right? It makes no sense. But now you have basically the clowns in GTA Online. It's a Saints Row woke fest in GTA Online, right? If I were Dan Houser, I would have left too, and I would have left a long time ago once I saw that GTA. Once you see what's the flying vehicle in GTA, the Oppressor or whatever, and it's got the pink smoke coming out, like turn that garbage off. Like, to me, it's just a totally different game. It's like, that's not the campaign that I played in 2013. And I'm not saying the campaign didn't have, like, stupid, silly moments, but it's like you weren't flying around. There's no flying car in the campaign for GTA Online, right? Not that I remember. I mean, you had, airplanes and helicopters and things of that nature. And I'm not saying it was totally grounded and totally realistic, because it's not. But with that said, it's just a very, very different game, GTA Online. It's a very different game, especially compared to GTA 4. GTA 4 was the last game for mature gamers. You had to be 35 and up to play that game and to really understand it and really get behind the grit of Grand Theft Auto 4. It was a game for mature gamers, and then they stopped. They pulled back and they said, we can make big money if we change the demographic of our games, right? And that's why they dumbed down the driving. That's why they dumbed everything down. They had it where you play as 3 playable characters now instead of focusing on one character. And they just streamline basically everything. So it's like the depth, the detail, all of that stuff got put on the back burner so that the driving can be more accessible to the normie gamer, right? And people praise it. And some people argue that the driving in GTA 5 is better than 4, and it's absolutely not. The sound design in GTA 4 is incredible. I'd crank that up my stereo, and I'm going to tell you what, you go back to that game right now and just listen to it. It's fantastic. It's utterly incredible sound design in GTA 4. If you really listen to that, and I'm serious, if you really listen to it, it's utterly fantastic. They have audio transitions from, I'm not going to get into it, but it's just utterly fantastic. And the reason why it's fantastic is because I think they had 3 audio leads on the game, and those guys are no longer at Rockstar either. So it really explains a lot. The sound design, Red Dead 2 has trash sound design. GTA 4 is immaculate sound design. I'm serious. Get the headphones out, listen to it, and I mean really listen to it in a way that makes sense. You really have to just take it all in. Great sound design, just utterly fantastic sound design in GTA 4. It's something that people don't want to talk about because it doesn't, it's not sexy to talk about sound design, but way better than GTA 5, and no one wants to bring that up either. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. The car horns have reverb when you go into the tunnels, and when you come out of the tunnel, it does a slow transition in real time. I'm not even trolling. Like, you really have to just, you got to take it all in. So the old Rockstar is gone. The old Rockstar doesn't exist anymore, and that's evident with this as well. It's like this is very off the beaten path with what Rockstar has done in the past. In terms of being this silent for this long, right? They've never been this silent for this long that I can tell. And that is concerning to say the least. That I can tell you. Let's go ahead and get a one in the chat. Let's go. We got Levi in here. GTA 5's sound design is horrendous. It's almost 8-bit. Well, they had to scale back on everything, and they had to scale back on it in a way that just doesn't make sense. So the next date that people are hyping up is, I think, Friday the 13th. I think that's on a Friday. Let's take a look here. Yeah, next Friday. So 1 week from today, I think, is where a lot of people are going to be hyping up. For some reason, I have no idea. I'm not going to be hyping it up. If it comes, we'll be here and we'll be covering it. But I'm done hyping this crap up, right? If Rockstar doesn't want to pull the curtain back for whatever reason because, they just don't want to, then I'm not going to start hyping this crap up, right? We'll follow it, but right now, what do you want me to do? It's been 1 year since the anniversary of Trailer 1. They haven't talked about this since December of 2023, which is uncharacteristic for Rockstar. They've never done anything like that before. And you really have to understand that is a big red flag and a big concern for the biggest entity in all of video, especially if this is supposed to come out in fall of 2025. I thought today was going to be the update, and I was getting ready, and I thought, well, maybe yesterday was, it was too obvious for it to happen then. Well, today is a Friday. Maybe they can say, hey, there's a Trailer 2 coming in early 2025. And really get people hyped up that way. Trailer 2 isn't dropping. They're not just going to drop that out of nowhere. They're going to hype it up, right? That's typically what they do. But then again, typically they at least say something about their game within a 1 year time span, and that's what they failed to do this time around with GTA 6. So what we know about the old Rockstar and how they operated before is seemingly just thrown out the window here in regards to GTA 6 for whatever reason. I'm sure they'll blame COVID. Even though COVID was a thing in maybe 4 or 5 years ago at this point. So I don't, I don't know what to say other than I guess I was wrong, but not really because that was the only date we hyped up. I mean, we didn't hype up the moon theory. Everyone was talking about this moon theory garbage. I didn't believe any of that crap. And I think people overanalyze this crap. I think they just get way too into it, and they start analyzing every screenshot. And it's like Rockstar's really not that deep, right? These woke devs don't want to put in the work, right? They're not going to throw out some screenshot so you can go in and analyze it. When has that ever been the case? I mean, very seldom probably, right? Especially the Rockstar of today. They don't want to go back to the office to put this one and get this to the finish line. I mean, what makes you think and what makes you believe that they're motivated to put Easter eggs in their screenshots for you to decode and figure it out? I mean, it's not really a thing. I think people look into it way too much, and they start looking at all this garbage, and it's funny, but it's not. It's really sad because this game is nowhere to be found. We're 366 days since the 1 year anniversary, 367 if you get technical, I guess. But we're just so removed from that, it's not even funny. They haven't said a damn thing in 1 year. That's concerning to me. And people bring up the Elder Scrolls and they say, well, Bethesda hasn't talked about the Elder Scrolls, the new one. But that's very different, right? When they showed off that teaser, they basically just said we're working on it. They didn't give us a release window, right? If they had given us a release, they gave us a release window with this game. They didn't just say they were working on it. We got trailer 1, and the game looked kind of finished, right? Where the fuck's this game at? Nowhere to be found, and it's been over a year now. So this is very concerning because we got a release window. Rockstar acted like they were ready to talk about this game and pull the curtain back, and they said 2025. Well, now we're approaching 2025. January is right around the corner. Rockstar has nothing to show for in 1 year. This is a world. They've never done this before, is what I'm trying to say. They've never not talked about their game within a 1 year time span. Even Red Dead 2. You got trailer 2 before the 1 year gap closed, and a delay announcement, and I think a screenshot. So you got something in regards to just their previous release, Red Dead Redemption 2. What is going on with this game, Grand Theft Auto 6? That is the biggest question, folks. What is ultimately happening with Grand Theft Auto 6? I'm tired, right? I'm tired of trying to figure out what's going on. I'm tired of trying to figure out when they're going to pull the curtain back and talk about it next, because at this point, why should I care, right? Why should I sit there and give any of this more energy or time, right? I thought December 5th they were at least going to put out something, maybe a screenshot or something, something to hold us over and say, we hear you and it's coming, but they don't have a reason to do that. So my argument is basically now, why does this even exist? Of course, money, this is going to make millions and millions and millions, if not billions of dollars. I understand that, but why show it off in 2023 if they're going to skip an entire year and not have anything to show for or even say? So they rushed out trailer 1. They made it look really finished. And I guess it was to please the investors. And here we are over a year later, and they still have nothing to show for. We're basically where we were in December of 2023. There was no progress made within an entire year, which is crazy to me. How they're, at least a screenshot or at least a rumbling from Rockstar themselves, even if it were vague, something is better than nothing, and we have absolutely nothing. We're still back in basically December of 2023 with trailer 1. I didn't need to see this trailer. They should have put this trailer out this year at this time frame, trailer 1, and then said the game is coming out in 2025. There was no reason to put the trailer out as soon as they did, because what did it accomplish outside of, well, people know it exists and people are hyped for it? I understand that, but we can't pre-order the game, right? So what is it? It's not translating into sales. It's not like we can hit the pre-order button, right? It's not like we could sit here and say, wow, I like trailer 1. I'm going to hit my pre-order. You can't do that. So what did it accomplish? That's really the big question. Oh, well, people are saying, well, the game leaked in 2022. Yeah, the game did leak in 2022, but the normies didn't. Some people in here don't even know that the game leaked, right? There's literal gameplay of this game, and it looks like GTA 5. Now, granted, that is, old footage of the game from 2021 or 2022, whatever year. But it's going to be probably a lot different, hopefully, than what we're seeing in that, because if that's the game, then it's not going to be revolutionary. It's just more of the same, which I guess is going to be fine for most people, but I need more than Red Dead 2 at this point, right? Red Dead 2 came out 7 years ago, 6 years ago. By the time this actually does come out, it's going to be even longer than that. Because Red Dead 2 is a PS4 game, right? I need a PS6 game at this point, right on PS5. That's what I'm looking forward to. These NPCs, I need to go into every building. That's the expectation now, right? Especially if they push this one back to 2026. We need procedural generated interiors for every building. Who cares if it doesn't look realistic? Just have us be able to go in every building. And if they can at least work on the first floor of the building and then have the rest procedural, or whatever the case may be, we need to be able to go into every building. Every NPC needs to have like a daily schedule within the player radius, right? You know, I mean, you got to bring it to the table here with this game, especially if they're going to delay it. Now, right now, it seems like they might very well delay it. Now, of course, that we don't know. We don't know a damn thing, and that's the confusing and concerning part right now with GTA 6, is that they haven't talked about this game in over a year. They haven't talked about this game in over a year now, and they've never done that before. So they haven't done that with GTA 4. They haven't done that with GTA 5. They haven't done that with Red Dead Redemption 1. They haven't done that with Red Dead Redemption 2. And I'm sure their previous games, they haven't done that with either. So I don't know what's going on here. Although earlier this year we heard that the devs didn't want to go back to the office. They wanted to sit at home. You can go look that up for yourself. I had it on the screen. Back in the summer, we were talking about all the key talent being gone. And we were talking about the woke themes. We were talking about all of this stuff. We really dissected it. But earlier this year, we heard that the devs didn't want to go back to the office. They'd rather sit inside and talk about American politics on Twitter and how woke their game is or whatever. I don't fucking know, but it seems like that's why this isn't where it needs to be. Tom Brady and the Patriots aren't going to the Super Bowl if the team isn't motivated, despite what Tom Brady might say in that locker room, right? The team has to show that they're motivated by giving it their all on the field. And when they don't want to come out onto the field and they'd rather play water boy on the fucking sideline, well, then we got a big problem, right? That's basically, seemingly, where this game is at right now, and it's not a great sign. It's not a great sign. I need you guys to lock in, folks. I don't know what to tell you. We didn't get trailer 2. Now, again, I didn't predict trailer 2. I predicted an announcement because that's more realistic. I said GTA 6 trailer 2 announcement on December 5th. I didn't say trailer 2 was coming because that's not realistic. They're not just going to throw a trailer out. So I predicted an announcement and a possible delay, and I think that would have been better than nothing, although that's a lot of information in one day. Maybe they should just put out trailer 2 whenever it does come out, and I guess we'll learn at the end when it's really coming out. The thing is, I think they're afraid to put trailer 2 out because they don't necessarily know when this game's going to be ready. And they can't commit to that because that wouldn't be great, right? Imagine if they put trailer 2 out and it still said fall of 2025 now. Trailer 2, let's say trailer 2 comes out within the next few weeks, right? Trailer 2, and at the end it says fall 2025. Okay, but what if they can't hit that? That looks embarrassing for Rockstar, right? So I think they're at a position where maybe they don't necessarily know if they can hit that fall 2025 release window. And maybe that's why trailer 2 isn't rendered yet. Because if they don't know, they're not going to commit to it. So I guess we're going to have to wait. I really, that's the only logical thing I can think of, right? You can't render out the trailer and at the end say fall 2025 and then they come out, 6 months later and say the game's delayed. Like, that would be kind of crazy, right? Because we've already waited for so long. I think Rockstar's put themselves between a hard place and a really, really hard place. I'll tell you that right now. It's like that movie where that guy, he's in the desert and he gets stuck and he's going to, climb out or some shit. I mean, I don't even...
Mike super chatted $5.
He's coming through yet again!
Do you believe that it's plausible that we get trailer 2 at Game Awards?
No.
Or will it be next year?
No, you ain't getting it at the Game Awards. This is bigger than that. I don't know why people think the Game Awards is big. It's a little Jeff Keighley special. We'll tune in and react to that slot, but they never have anything big there. And I see some of these woke journalists hyping it up. They always hype up the Jeff Keighley special. The only reason why they're hyping it up is because they think Jeff Keighley's hot, which, I mean... I'm not going to say he's not. But with that said, I mean, the Jeff Keighley special is usually just pretty low in terms of hype. At least it has been for the last 5 or so years. But this one, they're hyping up a lot. I'm seeing it. They're hyping it up, and they're saying that Jeff Keighley's got something really special there. He ain't got no GTA unless he's got them Bruce Wayne bucks, because he's going to need them to pay Rockstar or however that works. But with that said, Yeah, I don't expect much at the Game Awards. Maybe Resident Evil 9. I think that could be cool. I mean, that would be pretty big. I will say that. I think a new Resident Evil, because it's been so fucking long. It's been three or so years since the last Resident Evil, which was total trash, by the way. And I'm talking about like the main line, not remake thing. Right, Resident Evil Village 2021. That was a trash ass game. People played it for about a week and moved on. Then they started remaking these Resident Evil games because that was what people were interested in. Jill's balls. All that crap. So Resident Evil 9 could be a big showcase there. I think that would be interesting to see, but I don't, they're going to have to bring it back to its roots. I want zombies. I want Leon. I want, you could do open world, but get away from the fantasy shit. I want it grounded. I want zombies. Let's bring it back, right? Let's get the survival horror back, and let's do it in a way that makes sense. And I think Resident Evil 9 could be good. But if they're taking it into this direction where these characters, like, you don't give a shit about them, and they got these fucking stupid ass monsters, like, don't care, right? So maybe Resident Evil 9 at the Game Awards, but outside of that, I don't know what else could be there. It certainly ain't going to be GTA 6, that I can tell you. Mike is coming through yet again. Let's go ahead and update the acknowledgement board with that 2-time Tony Hawk combo. Coming through in a way that makes sense with that 2-time Tony Hawk combo. Love to see it. Mike is in the building plowing through and coming through in a way that makes sense. Let's go ahead and hit that like button, folks. We are one day removed from the 1-year anniversary of GTA 6 Trailer 1, and Rockstar has nothing to show for. Now, this could change. I believe Red Dead Redemption 2 was actually announced on a Sunday, or teased on a Sunday or something like that. So Rockstar could just be trolling at this point, and there could be an announcement soon. We just really fucking don't know. But I wouldn't hold my breath at this point. They have waited over a year, and they have nothing to show for it. But it would be a great thing to see this game come out of the tunnel and Rockstar pull the curtain back and they show off their new trailer or their new screenshot or their new whatever. That would be fantastic, because I would like to see more of this game just to see how terrible it is. We want to see more of the woke themes. We want to see more of really what's going on with this game. Because right now it's just, the last look we had of this game is from December of 2023. We waited over a year for nothing. We waited over a year for nothing. How could you be fans of this? Why did they show us this? This is so different than the Elder Scrolls situation, so just stop bringing that up, because I'm seeing all these dumbasses on the GTA forums say, well, this is just like Elder Scrolls. No, it's not. Elder Scrolls was teased with a title card. You got a full trailer, which wasn't a teaser, and a release window promising 2025. Now it's 1 year later. We've gotten absolutely nothing from Rockstar Games themselves. This is very different than the Elder Scrolls situation. So there's nothing that you can compare this to, really, when you think about it, because it doesn't compare to the Elder Scrolls situation. And we got a full meaty trailer. We got a release window. Rockstar was acting like they were ready to go here. And have it out for 2025. But they skipped an entire year, at least for the time as of this broadcast. There's still some days and weeks left in December, so this could all change. But I'm not hyping up another date because this is ridiculous. And maybe December 13th is that date, but I'm not hyping it up. If Rockstar wants to pull the curtain back, that's fine with me, but this is getting utterly ridiculous at this point. And eventually something's going to have to... They're just going to eventually have to start barking sooner rather than later, because they have nothing to show for, and 2025 is right around the corner. Not fall 2025, of course, but 2025 is right around the corner. Rockstar needs to come out of the woodwork sooner rather than later and start barking about this game, because it's getting utterly ridiculous. And it's not just from a fan's perspective. It's just like, where the hell is this game at? Like that's the perspective that we're looking at it from. It's not just, well, they need to please the fans and shut them up. It's more like, where the fuck is this game at? Because this isn't matching the pattern of Rockstar Games from the past with their previous releases and how they marketed them at all. Right? They've never been radio silent for an entire year. That is a fact. At least with their past 3 or 4 or 5 games. So this is very concerning. Red Dead 2, you got a delay announcement and I think a screenshot, at least, and there wasn't even a year gap. We go back to the chart here, And right here, Red Dead Redemption 2 Trailer 1 came out October 20th, 2016. Trailer 2, September 28th. So not even a year. And not only that, but the game was delayed within that year. And I think there was a screenshot as well. So Rockstar kept you up to date. Yeah, there were months of silence. There were many months of silence. But you at least knew that the game was delayed. They told you that, hey, the game's delayed. I think there was a new screenshot along with it or something like that. And, okay, the game's delayed. Well, now we know that there's not going to be anything anytime soon. What the hell's going on? Well, why can't they announce a delay if it's delayed? And if it's not delayed, where's Trailer 2? What are they waiting for? Fall 2025 is right around the corner. I mean, we're talking like 9 months, 10 months, 11 months. They got to get this game out. But there's no Trailer 2. Oh, they don't need Trailer 2, by the way. No, they need to market this game because... Go to your grandma right now. I'm serious. Go to your grandma right now and ask her, does she know the video game Grand Theft Auto? Okay, she might know it, right? She might know. She heard of GTA. It's a bad game. Okay, but does she know about GTA 6? Probably not. See, that's the problem. We got to get these soccer moms complaining about this game. Jack Thompson needs to start barking about this game. That's how you get people to know that this game exists. Because right now, hell, some people might not even know the trailer actually came out. They might have thought that was fake, some AI shit. Because now we're living in this AI world where everything's fucking fake. And that's why this show gets more and more special. You know, Mr. Boss for the Win actually shows his face now in his videos because of the AI shit, right? Where it's just like you don't know if it's someone really talking or not. So now he has to show his face. And it's like, well, you're getting less user-generated content as opposed to the fake bullshit that's just all automated. So it's like, well, now this show, especially as we're entering into the AI era, is just becoming more of a fucking dinosaur show, right? You know, it's like everyone's doing AI content. They're not even putting in the work. They're just putting in a little prompt and it just pops right up for them, and it's all edited for them, and they just hit upload. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just insane. So, but I think you know there needs to be some tad bit of AI in this game to help out with certain aspects because. Well, the game's going to be outdated, especially, you know, maybe if they push it back to 2026, they can implement something that's going to. There's got to be something big in this game. There's just got to be something big in this game. There's got to be something that really knocks our socks off, and maybe that's what they're waiting to show in Trailer 2. But where the hell is Trailer 2, right? We're 1 year away. Hell, this time next year the game should be out if they don't delay it, right? December of 2025, we'll probably be bored of the game by now, right? Because presumably it would come out maybe October. Well, before that probably because GTA 5 came out in September. So September, October, maybe November, fall 2025, right? They're not putting it out in December. That's too late. So at this point, we'll probably be already bored of the game if it's not going to get delayed. So that's what I'm saying. Let's presume this game comes out in September. How many months is that away? That's like 10 months away. They only got 10 months. And you might think, well, that's a lot of time, but it's not really. We waited an entire year for nothing. What's 10 months? For the game to really drop? Well, where's Trailer 2? Did they just cancel the game on us, or what's going on? You know, and you go to the Rockstar Games website, and it's still on the front page as if I don't understand. I don't understand. You know, at this point, I'll take a delay announcement. Just okay, because then that settles everyone down, and it gives everyone some heads up on really what's going on with this project. If they came out and delayed it, sure, people would be pissed off, but now you have a better understanding of why the silence was so prominent. Because well, maybe they pushed it to 2026. Because honestly, that's probably where we're at this point. You know, again, earlier this year, we heard that the devs didn't want to go back to the office to get this one to the finish line, and that they'd rather conveniently work from home. And that's easy, and they can work on their own schedule and whatever the case may be. But you have to make some sacrifices. You know, you have the privilege to work on literally the biggest entity in all of entertainment, and maybe they can't see that from their perspective. But if I were working on this game, I'd stay overnight at the office to get the job done. That's fine with me. right? I'll sleep on the floor. That's fine with me. Like that, see, that's the mindset that I'm in. But these woke devs are probably not in that mindset. And you know, oh, how dare we commute to work, right? You know, we want to sit at home and do nothing. We don't want to commute to work. That's just a big inconvenience. Well, that's not how the world works. You know what I mean? It's just like these woke devs are just, whew, and these are the people making this game too. It's hard to have hope on this one. It's really just tough. Because not only is this game totally absent, but you know the woke themes are just going to potentially cripple it, and the censorship as well. The censorship on this game is going to be just so sad, and you'll have people defending it too. You'll say, "Oh, it wasn't needed anymore." You know, GTA grew up, and I'm so glad that Rockstar got out of that. Right? You'll have people defending it. They'll be defending it, and they'll be saying that it was changed for the better. Let's make that one make sense, homie. Let's make that one make sense. Okay, so we got Big Mike coming through. We got Caesar, Resident Evil 3 Remake, fake fans. Next year, Capcom make a surprise. Well, I already talked about that. That didn't play out. We're just double-checking in case someone came through and it didn't play out because sometimes that is an issue. But with that said, we are thinking... Okay, FEMA 1994 came through. We are thinking that potentially at the Game Awards, they will pull the curtain back on, not GTA, but maybe Resident Evil 9. I think that would be a big game to showcase at the Game Awards. I think that would be interesting. I would be pretty interested in seeing Resident Evil 9. And the Game Awards, I think, is about a week from today or something like that, right? Maybe under a week from there. But... you know, if they show Resident Evil 9, that could be interesting, depending on where they take that game. But if it's these characters that I don't, you know, if you're playing as Leon and it's more grounded and they bring in the zombies back, well, that would be fantastic. If they were bringing the zombies back, that would be utterly fantastic. Because then we can care about Resident Evil again. And that franchise fell off a cliff. It jumped the shark long ago. But if they can really bring it back to its roots and horror, and really just bring the zombies back. Like, you know, they had something going with Resident Evil 7, but they brought in these enemies that were just, I mean, it's one enemy type throughout the entire game. And the hillbilly Louisiana aspect was interesting, but they ditched that halfway into the game, and then you go to the ship, and I turned it off. It was total trash. It was total trash because it turned into Resident Evil. Like, the game wasn't feeling like a Resident Evil game, really, and that was actually a blessing in disguise because you were fighting Jack Baker with the car, the chainsaw boss fight, all of that stuff. And then it turned into a generic boss fight at the third and final boss fight with Jack Baker, and that was just where you turned the game off. Resident Evil 9 will be open world. Yeah. Well, you know. Well, I mean, imagine if it were open world Raccoon City and you're exploring as Leon and they're bringing the zombies back, and you know that could be interesting. But they're never going to bring the ultimate zombie game because that's too much work. The Elder Scrolls coming in 2028, 2029. We don't care about the Elder Scrolls. We saw Starfield. That was their latest output. That was total garbage. Why would I care about the Elder Scrolls? They would have to. The only way they can excite me is if they said they're on a new engine or they're going to implement some AI crap into it to help, because who cares about a new Elder Scrolls game? We already played it. It was Starfield, right? It's an outdated game. Like, it's just, you know, by the time that comes out, you know, I mean, half you guys won't even play games anymore because that's another 8 years down the road, if that. Are you going to be really playing video games in another 8 years from now? I sincerely doubt it. These games take so long to make, it's ridiculous. And that's why it's like, well, you know, you could watch my reaction to GTA 6 Trailer 1 at the end. I was waiting for that release date, and they showed it, and they said 2025, and here we are. At the time, we were in December of 2023, and 2025 seems so far away. Now it's almost here. You know, 2025 is just weeks away. And Rockstar is still radio silent. And again, it's unlike Rockstar. Like, they haven't done this before. That's why this is so concerning. It's all new. They've never done this before. With Red Dead Redemption 2, they delayed it before we got trailer 2, so you at least got a heads up, like, okay, the game's delayed, we're not going to expect anything. And I think a new screenshot. GTA 5, you got tons of previews and screenshots before trailer 2. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there wasn't moments of silence, but we waited an entire year for nothing. You can't tell me that this game is on the right track. It got derailed somewhere because it doesn't make any sense. Why show off trailer 1 so early for them to just stay silent for 2024? Let's just make that one make sense, because I'm not understanding it. I'm not understanding it. If the game is coming, then why aren't they showing it? Why aren't they giving us a new screenshot? They could have came out with a brand new Rockstar Games post on the Newswire, and they could have said, hey, it's Sam Hauser. We appreciate you guys for making GTA 6 Trailer 1 the biggest video game trailer of all time. Blah, 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 blah. Here's a new screenshot of fucking Vice City or some shit. We'll have more to say on the game coming in 2026, right? Like that's all they had to say. Very fucking little, but instead you get absolutely nothing. So where is this game? Did they fucking start from scratch again? Like, because it seems like they might have done that. I don't have a fucking clue. And if that's the case, well, then the game ain't coming out at all. They might as well just cancel this game. It's basically vaporware at this point when you think about it. It's basically vaporware. Like, where's the game? Why would they stay silent for an entire year when that's unlike Rockstar? They've never done it like this before. I don't get it. That's why it's concerning. Very concerning. They've never done this before, folks. This isn't all new. They've never stayed silent for an entire year straight with nothing. That's an all new for Rockstar Games. And that's certainly not a great sign. Now again, maybe that makes sense because it's an all-new Rockstar. They've gone woke and they've changed the culture at the office, and it's no longer a frat boy culture, and it's... Oh, Lord. It's not looking good for this game, folks. It's not looking good. So I guess the next date, at least what I'm hearing within the GTA fan base, is December 13th. I think that's the next date people are going to start hyping up. For what reason, I have no idea. I'm not hyping it up, though. If they drop it, we'll obviously cover it, but I'm not going to sit out here and hold hope when Rockstar just hasn't had anything to show for it. Now, again, this could change in 1 week. This could change tomorrow. Hell, we don't know what Rockstar's plans are, right? We really don't. But right now, it's not looking like this is coming anytime soon. And right now, if we head into January of 2025 rather. Next month, if we hit 2025 and they still have nothing to show for the rest of December here, yeah, they're going to have to come out and eventually say this thing's fucking delayed, because there ain't a damn way. Like, dude, it's just like, how long can they stay silent for before we hit the fall 2025 release window? Because that's starting to come up really soon, right? You blink your eye and you're going to be in fall of 2025 and Rockstar's still not going to have anything to show for. Well, obviously the game's delayed, and at that point, are you going to care? Right? If they push this one back to spring of 2026, are you really going to care? Like, this would have to be a mind-blowing, revolutionary game where every NPC you can just talk to and they have AI implemented in the game. I mean, this would have to be the biggest, 500 gigabyte download, right? Like, that's, hell, I'll take it if the game's great, right? But when you start pushing the game back, if that's what they're going to do, and I'm not saying that's what they're going to do, but right now it's not looking great. But if they did push this game back to 2026, where the expectations get worse, because we've already waited so long. We've already waited so long. The last GTA mainline game came out in 2013. 2013 to 2026, potentially. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Like we're talking, like, this is ridiculous. So if they do delay the game, and I'm not saying that they will, but if they do delay the game, it is going to be, a lot of people aren't going to be taking that well. Because every time a delay happens, the gamers get upset and they just can't handle it. But it's like, well, at this point, you should be expecting a delay at this point. Just expect bad news because Rockstar, at least as of this broadcast, still has nothing to show for. Now, again, that could change. There's still weeks left in December. But I don't understand where I just don't know what to tell you anymore. I guess we just move on to a different game and we just wait until Rockstar's ready because I'm not going to hold out hope anymore. I mean, this is ridiculous. I tried to make it make sense. I tried to give you guys a timeline that I thought made sense, that I believed in, and it just didn't work out. But again, I'm not Rockstar, and I don't have any information on Rockstar and what they're doing. So no one does. So it's like, well, we're all playing the guessing game here, and I tried to play the guessing game that made the most sense. And if people got disappointed, then I don't know what to tell you, but it was just my prediction. I said Trailer 2 might be potentially announced on December 5th, not the actual Trailer 2 dropping then because they always hype it up. So they would have to announce it, then hype it up for a few weeks in advance. I don't know. It's just getting ridiculous at this point, and I think we're just going to have to start covering some other game or something because it's just like I can't keep holding out hope for Rockstar to maybe show something off as we head into 2025, and hopefully they just come out of the woodwork and just say yes, it is coming, and they give us something to look forward to. FT is coming through. This is what we love to see, coming through in a way that makes sense.
FT super chatted $10 Canadian. If Rockstar pushes the game back to 2026 after they said it will be fall 2025 will crush stocks. They can't afford a stock crash.
Okay,
well, I lost all faith already by now.
So what we're talking about, FT is coming through, and well, here's what I'll say, and this is what I talked about earlier. I don't think that they know when this game is going to be ready, and I think that might be the reason why the trailer doesn't exist. Because the trailer, too, has to kind of confirm when this game is coming out. It's going to have to give us a little bit more of a peek into when this game is coming out. And presumably it would say fall 2025 at the end of the trailer. Because the first trailer says 2025. Trailer 2, if it did come out, is probably going to say fall 2025 if that's what they believed in. But right now it's hard to think that they believe in that because there's no trailer. They would have to commit to a release date. Really is really, I think that's what's holding trailer 2 back. If not a multitude of other things. But I think really ultimately right now is they don't want to commit to a more specific release window. And Trailer 2 would have to lock them into that, right? If they put out Trailer 2 at the end, it's going to tell you when the game's coming out. And it's going to be more specific than Trailer 1. So now if they put out Trailer 2, they're going to have to really be sure that they can hit that finish line. And maybe right now, at this juncture, they don't know if they can do that. So I think they're waiting until they have a better idea of when they can truly get this game out. And I'm not saying it's delayed, but it's like this is the only logical thing that I can put together. Because Trailer 2 has to show at the end more specifically when the game comes out. And if they're not confident in that hitting, then they don't put out Trailer 2. And I think that's why it's still absent. And maybe in just a few weeks they'll have an answer, Maybe this is just something that's on the fly. I really don't think it's like super sophisticated as many people think it is. I think people overanalyze a lot of stuff, especially the GTA. FT is coming through yet again. Holy fucking shit. Plowing through here hard and strong.
FT has just tipped $20 Canadian through Super Chat.
That's what we love to see.
By the way, welcome back, World Class. Don't stop streaming. We all need you, World Class.
That's what we're talking about. Well, in the age of AI, we really have to come out here and provide a show that just doesn't exist on the World Wide Web because I'll tell you what, it is it's an automated content landscape now. Everyone just has the fake voices in the videos now. It's just crazy. FT is plowing through hard and strong, and in a way that makes sense. It's what we love to see coming through with immaculate support here. We're going to go ahead and update the acknowledgement board coming through in a way that certainly makes sense. FT is in the building, and he's plowing through here in a way that makes sense with that two-time Tony Hawk combo. Love to see it. FT is in the building. And he's coming through. Look at this right here. FT coming through hard and strong. And in a way that makes sense. With now the $20 super chat and the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. And that's what we love to see. FT's plowing through in a way that makes sense. Hard and strong. Let's get some dubs up in the chat. FT is in the building and coming through in a way that makes sense. Viking is coming through as well. Viking is in the building. We love to see that as well. We're going to double check here and see if we missed out on something. Coming through in a way that makes sense. It's what we love to see. Well, we certainly hope that the game isn't delayed. I mean, that would be, at this point, I'll take a rush game. I'm not even trolling because, honestly, every game is rushed. And they can always patch it later. I mean, I'll take the fall 2025 release date. We don't need no damn spring of 2026. That because the interest of me caring about the game would just drop completely. Like, I've already waited over a year. We thought something would have happened by now in terms of a new screenshot, a new tidbit from Rockstar Games. We haven't gotten anything. I mean, total radio silence. That's why people are actually upset, because this is actually a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Because we should have gotten at least a screenshot by now. An update on this game. They've never done this before, folks. I'm serious. And even if they delay the game, they let you know, right? Red Dead 2 got delayed. They let you know. Where the hell is this game? Where the hell is this game at? Like, do they encounter a fatal error? Maybe the leaks, maybe they just kind of redesigned a little bit of the game because of the leaks in 2022. I don't know. Because it's just starting to, they had a whole year to work on this game, even further than what we saw in Trailer 1. And Trailer 1 does look like a pretty somewhat complete game, right? It looks great graphics. I mean, if you really look at the trailer and overanalyze it, you'll see things that are kind of odd. But, it looks like it's almost ready to go. Like, okay, one more year of work. I mean, how much more time do they need on this game? And why show it off if they still need, from December of 2023 to, let's say, potentially September 2025, I mean, that's a year and 9, 8 months, 10, 11 months. I mean, geez, how much time do you need? I think it's the online aspect, too. I think developing that, I think they bit off more than they could chew. Because this is a whole new entity now. The old GTA games, it was like, well, yeah, millions of people played them, and they sold like hotcakes, and they were popular, no doubt about it. Some of the best-selling games of all time, of course. But, it's nothing like it is today with all this online slop, and it's just crazy. I don't know what to say. But I can tell you this, that we didn't get an update yesterday. And we were thinking that was going to be the time and place. But luckily we have the Game Awards coming next week, and that will, we'll get excited for some of the announcements there. Probably nothing in relation to this game, though. So, but that's okay, because we can take a break on this game and just stop yapping about it, because Rockstar's obviously not willing to maybe pull the curtain back. But if they are, if they update us sometime this coming week or the next week or whatever the case may be, we'll obviously be there for that. But I can't keep coming out here and holding out hope for random dates, because my date was December 5th. And Rockstar, that was the 1-year anniversary of GTA 6 Trailer 1. I was hyping that up all the way back in the spring, right? I was waiting for this day. We were waiting for this to happen. And they didn't pull the curtain back. And you have to ask, why didn't they pull the curtain back? You have to ask, what went so unequivocally wrong? And, of course, no one but Rockstar knows. Either they're not ready or whatever the case may be. But the waiting game is getting a little tiring. I'll take a screenshot at this point. I mean, anything. Even just text from Rockstar Games. I don't know. But right now, it's just, I can't imagine being a super fan of this game, and this drought is just, it's unlike any other drought from Rockstar Games. I mean, this is crazy. Yeah, I mean, it really is crazy. That's why people are losing their minds, because it's like they've never been this radio silent before. And to think that there's still light at the end of the tunnel for a fall 2025 release date, well, there's still a few weeks here in December. I guess we can't totally rule it out, but we are certainly past the 1-year marker. And, we don't know what Rockstar's plans are, right? I mean, I guess you have to follow the GTA Online DLC update schedule or what, because this could be potentially, when you really think about it, this could be the last Christmas season in GTA Online if GTA 6 comes out next year. So this is actually a pretty big deal if the game is still scheduled to release in fall of 2025, and as of this recording, it is. But again, we've hit the 1 year anniversary. We've hit that, and they still have nothing to show for. In an entire year, nothing. That's crazy to me. A new screenshot. A delay announcement would have been amazing. Like, just let us know what's going on with this game, because then if it gets delayed, we can put it on the back burner and say, okay, Rockstar delayed it. It reassures us a little bit, and it says, okay, well, they need more time in the oven. That's great. Let them cook, and that's great, right? But we don't even. We're just out here and we're just barking. And Rockstar still has nothing to show for. So, look, this could change, and it could change in just a matter of days, weeks. It could change in months. It could change never. I don't fucking know. But I'm just – December 5th was my date. We were hyping it up because logically that made the most sense for when Rockstar was maybe going to talk about this game. And right now we're one day past that. And there was nothing today. A lot of people were thinking maybe today they were going to say something because it was a Friday, head us into the weekend next week, and they could boost their holiday merch sale and the GTA Online player base, but still nothing. So I'm thinking, but I'm not going to hype it up, but I'm thinking 1 week from today, the 13th, Friday the 13th is potentially the next date to hype up, I guess. But I'm not hyping it up because now we're just hyping up random dates. Like, I don't, mine had logic behind it. It was the 1 year anniversary, right? Okay, logically you would think, well, maybe they'll talk about it or show us a screenshot, maybe trailer 2 if we're really getting feisty, but we got absolutely nothing, folks. So I guess we were wrong in that sense, but we got a whole nother year. Less than a year now, because the game's not coming out in December of 2025. So literally less than a year until this game is supposedly out on the store shelves, or at least on the digital storefronts. If it comes out in September, which presumably it might. September 2025, October 2025. But there's no trailer 2, by the way. Trailer 2 is going to have to show me something that knocks my socks off. And I already said, let's start trailer 2 off in Liberty City. Jason starts in Liberty City, right? Let's do a big twist here. The trailer starts in Liberty City, an all-new version of Liberty City, and Jason kind of starts in Liberty City. He goes to Vice City. I think that would be, you want to get people talking, you start right there. Because more of Vice City, sure, we'd love to see more of Vice City, but let's just throw a wrench into the whole mix and be like, no. Jason's prologue starts in fucking Liberty City, and that would be exciting. You got to do, in my opinion, you got to do something. Obviously anything at this point is better than nothing, but if trailer 2 is really just more of the same with another Tom Petty song or another 80s song, is really that going to be all that exciting? Because it'll start to really show the cracks, like, well, maybe this is just another GTA game with better graphics, of course, better lighting, textures, all that nonsense. But really, where's the substance? It's just another GTA game, but I guess the drought has been so long that people are just so excited. I'm looking for a revolutionary game here, especially with the wait that we've been waiting for. I still have my GTA 5 keychain. I bought it at midnight, and they handed out the keychains. So I'm a real fan, folks. I bought it day one in September of 2013 at midnight. I got the GTA 5 keychain, launch exclusive. And it's been a long time since then. I don't know where the fuck this game's at, but my God. And by the time this comes out, there won't be a physical media is already done anyway, so. The old days of opening up the game case and seeing the map, I don't think that's going to be a thing. Because, like I said earlier, I think if you buy a copy of Red Dead 2 right now in the store, I don't think it comes with the map anymore, and that's crazy to me. Because the map's really cool, right? Looking at the map. Not that many gamers do that, but just having the map included, that's fantastic, right? So if this game does come out, and especially if they delay it in 2026, there probably won't be a physical edition unless you buy the collector's edition or some shit like that. Well, that's what I'm saying, Input Funny. This is never going to live up to the hype. This is never going to live up to the hype. It's been 12 years of waiting. They don't even have trailer 2. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I waited an entire year. You can go back. We were talking about this game in the spring, in the summer, in the fall. And I was always consistent on when I thought that they were going to update us. And I guess, well, I was wrong. And this is an all new thing for Rockstar Games. They don't usually stay quiet for this long. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. But next week we have the Game Awards, and I guess that'll be exciting to see what crap they have there. But I wouldn't expect any GTA stuff. But some people are thinking maybe the day after the Game Awards or whenever that is, December 13th, Friday, December 13th. That's seemingly the next date to hype up. I don't know why, but and maybe that is when Rockstar will do it. We don't know. We don't know what Rockstar's plans are. They could be doing it tomorrow. They could be doing it on a Sunday, because on a Sunday, that's what they did for one of the Red Dead Redemption 2 announcements or teasers or whatever. They announced it on, I think it was a Sunday, just a random announcement coming out of nowhere. Maybe that'll happen this Sunday. We don't fucking know. We don't have a damn clue on what Rockstar's plans are, but what we do know is that they didn't update us within an entire year from Trailer 1. And that is crazy to say the least. Steve Surfin is coming through. I think we're going to be wrapping this one up here shortly. Steve Surfin is coming through. That's what we're talking about. Member for 14 months. Yeah, we're getting a little cold out here. Luckily, we brought the gloves, because I'll tell you what. Holy shit. But we're going to be wrapping this one up here soon. We've been live for nearly 2 hours, an hour and 46 minutes, and I think we got the point across. And it's unfortunate that we didn't get a trailer 2. We didn't get an announcement. We didn't get a screenshot, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Rockstar decided to not pull the curtain back for whatever reason, and I guess we're just going to have to see where we go from here in relation to GTA 6 and really what Rockstar's game plan is, if they have one at this point. Maybe they don't have one. But I if you were a super fan of this game, I think the best route to take is basically just stop hoping for this to come, because it seems like Rockstar isn't really reluctant to. It seems like Rockstar is reluctant, rather, to just not put anything out. And we waited an entire year, and they just have absolutely nothing to show for. They have absolutely nothing to show for. And it is what it is. So with that said, I think we're going to wrap it up here, as it is getting pretty chilly out here. 30 degrees, by the way. I'm going to see if that... Does that freeze on the screen? It ain't no way it's 38 degrees. Yeah, 34 degrees. Okay, refreshed. 34 degrees, so the temperature did drop. So it does freeze on the screen. Yeah, 34 degrees now. And we're going to have... Well, why did that close? There we go. 34 degrees. We got FT coming through yet again. That's what we're talking about. FT's coming through with the $2 super chat. And he says, you're going to stream the Game Awards. We'll probably take a look at that. We usually do. And I don't expect GTA stuff there, but, any new game announcement or that would be fun. I think we'll see some Resident Evil stuff there, and I think that'll be kind of fun. And maybe whatever else. But I don't... If Rockstar has something to show there, then, well, they're pretty down bad, because that's for smaller games typically. I mean, Jeff Keighley usually gets one big game or two big games, two teasers or whatever, but you're not going to see Rockstar Games there. I don't think that's the time and place for this. But maybe after, who knows? I think after the Game Awards, I think after the Game Awards, there could be something if Rockstar is going to pull the curtain back, but at least we have the Game Awards to look forward to, and as we continue into December here and into 2025. Alrighty, folks, we're going to wrap this one up, folks. We are going to wrap this one up, folks. we're going to wrap this one up, folks. We do appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. For those that came through, but we're going to wrap it up here. And whenever Rockstar decides to pull the curtain back, I suppose we'll take a look. Of course we will, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. I could be wrong, but, you know, we were hoping for December 5th, the one-year anniversary of GTA 6 Trailer 1, and they just had nothing to show for then. So I have no idea what's on their what's on the table for Rockstar, but it seems like this game might be a rocky road for GTA 6 as we head into 2025. Hopefully not, but hopefully it comes out in fall of 2025. But right now they just still have nothing to show for it. It's been over a year, and it's just getting kind of ridiculous at this point. First for Rockstar, they're usually not this quiet. The radio silence is just unbelievably sad. But I guess it is what it is. So when they're ready to pull the curtain back, they will, and we'll be there for that. But in the meantime, we got the Game Awards next week, and some tidbits here and there. So that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And with that said, we will see you later. It's over.